So today we will be looking at the introduction of bioenergetics, right? So first of all, what is bioenergetics? Bio means the word bio means life, right? It means life. And the word energetics means energy, right? So what does it that means actually? So actually bioenergetic is basically a process. It is a process in which light energy is captured and converted into another form. This whole process is known as bioenergetics. Let me explain you. First of all, we know that in order to perform some functions, or in order to perform work basically, or you can say in order to perform metabolic activity like in our body, in the body of every organism, metabolic activities are happening, they are occurring. So for that metabolic activities, what we basically require, we require energy, right? Energy is required. So in living organisms, the currency of energy is ATP. If you don't, in a case that if you don't know the full form of ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, right? Now, in order to, like, in our body, metabolic activities are occurring, right? And for that activities, energy is required. And in biological organisms, in organisms like humans and animals, the energy is in the form of ATP, right? So now how we will get this ATP, like what's the process of getting, how we will get this ATP, from where we are getting this ATP? So basically we have plants, right? We have plants. Plants have the ability, or you can say they have some basic components, or you can say pigments that can capture the light. Plants capture light, right? Because they have that ability to capture light, because they have that component, or you can say they have chlorophyll, right? It's basic, like you must have the concept of chlorophyll and these things which I'm talking about in your previous classes. If not, it's all right, I'm there to help you guys, okay? So plants are there to capture light by the help of chlorophyll. Like chlorophyll is basically a pigment, right? What will happen that when they will capture the light, they will convert this light into glucose. They will convert this light into glucose, right? How they'll convert, like they are converting this light energy, basically they're converting the light energy into the glucose. What is the glucose is a chemical, so they're converting this into the chemical. They're converting this light energy into the glucose, which is a chemical energy, right? And and it is the transformation, like the light energy is converted into the chemical energy, like, and who have this ability? Only the plants, or we can say producers. Producers have the ability to capture the light and to convert one form of light into the another form. This basic is known as bioenergetics. This is known as bioenergetics. Like, the plants only have the ability to capture light. They will convert this light energy into the chemical energy, like the capturing of light and then conversion of this light energy into the chemical energy. This whole process is known as bioenergetics, right? So only plants have the ability to make the ATP, right? To make actually food which is glucose, and by this, like this process, by light, when light energy is converted into chemical energy, right, this process is known as photosynthesis. This process is known as photosynthesis. What happens is the light energy is converted into the chemical energy plus here ATP in the result of photosynthesis, right? The ATP will be formed, right? Sorry, here ATP will not be formed, like in the process of photosynthesis. Now what will happen, this glucose is formed over here, right? Here the glucose has been formed by the result of photosynthesis. Now what will happen, there is another metabolic activity there, like there are a lot of metabolic activity. There is another metabolic activity which is known as respiration. What will happen in this activity, that this glucose that is formed over here, this glucose will get oxidized, glucose plus oxygen, and they will produce ATP. So by this process, basically this ATP is forming. But basically, from where we got this glucose? We got this glucose by the process of photosynthesis. And what is photosynthesis? When the light energy is converted into the chemical energy, this process is known as photosynthesis. And in the result of photosynthesis, we got glucose, right? And then this glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen, and then we got the ATP. So basically, we are getting this ATP from here. We are getting this ATP from here. Now it's the, like, this is only for the plants, like, because plants have the ability to do photosynthesis. Now what about humans? What about other animals? What about humans? What about animals? They don't have these pigments known as chlorophyll. They don't have. Chlorophyll is not present because chlorophyll is, like, chlorophyll is responsible to capture the light. It is responsible to capture the light, which is, and it is not present in humans. It's not present. Now what will happen, like, we humans and the animals consume these plants. We consume these plants, or you can say these produce, because in the, like, in a, or it's only plants, or you can say have the ability to make the glucose by their own, because they are autotroph and we are heterotroph. So we will consume these plants and or you can say producers, and we will make energy from there. We will get the glucose by them, right? And now in our body, this glucose will be broken down. In our body, glucose will be broken down with the, in the presence of oxygen, and ATP will be formed, and this is known as respiration, right? This process is known as respiration, right? This process is known as respiration. Now we are getting this ATP from where? From indirectly we are getting from producers, because producers have this glucose. When we broke this glucose with the help of oxygen, we got the ATP. So this is how we humans are getting the ATP. So indirectly we are dependent, we are dependent on plants. We are dependent on plants, right? Now, and this process of conversion, the capturing of light energy and converting it into one form to another form, that is known as bioenergetics. And actually this bioenergetic follows law of thermodynamics. This bioenergetics follows the law of thermodynamics. Now, what is this? The first law, actually, it follows the first law of thermodynamics. Like what it states that like energy is neither created, nor it is destroyed, right? But it is changed from one form to another. So this is a basic statement of first law of thermodynamics. So as you can see over here, we have not created this energy, right? We have just changed its form. Change its form from light energy to the chemical energy. We have just changed form. We have not created, neither we have created this energy nor we have destroyed this energy, right? So now let's talk about, like, I hope this concept is clear to you, right? If you have any queries, you can just comment me. I'll be very glad to answer you guys, right? So let's move over here. Consider this is a cell, right? Well, when we remove cell wall from this, like when we remove cell wall from the cell, we get protoplast. When we remove cell membrane from the cell, we get protoplasm. But when we remove the nucleus, we get cytoplasm. And when we remove cell organelles from the cell, we get the cytosol, which is also known as hyaloplasm. Or actually, you can, how you will define the cytosol, like the soluble part of cytoplasm is known as cytosol, right? Now I hope this is clear to you. And now let's talk about, like, we have nucleic acids, right? We have two types of nucleic acid, RNA and DNA, and we have nitrogenous bases. Actually, you will wonder why I am teaching you this. It will help you in the bioenergetics topics, right? So we have basically bases. Right? We have 5 types of bases. First is adenine. So in adenine, if adenine is present in RNA, it is known as AMP, adenosine monophosphate. But if it is present in DNA, it is known as DAMP. What does that mean? That means deoxyadenine monophosphate. Let me write this. Deoxyadenine mono, right, deoxy adenine mono phosphate, right? Because in DNA, like their on carbon number 2, oxygen is absent. That's why we have put here is absent, right? Now if we are having another base which is adenine, now we are having guanine, right? If we are having guanine, so in RNA it is known as GMP, guanine monophosphate, and here it is known as GAMP, right? If we are having the thymine, right? So thymine is not present in RNA but it's present in DNA. So we write TMP because we won't write we won't write here. Okay, wait a minute, what I have done a mistake over here, which is that here DGMP will come, right? Now over here we won't write DTMP because we are already known that it's is only present in DNA, so what's the purpose of writing, right? Now adenine, guanine, thymine, then we are having cytosine, here it will be CMP, and here DCMP, deoxy cytosine monophosphate. Now we are having here uracil, so it is present in only in RNA, so we will write UMP, but will not write in the DNA side because it is not present in uracil. Uracil is not present in DNA and thymine is not present in RNA. So I hope the basic introduction of bioenergetics is clear to you. And one more thing, that for bioenergetics it is necessary to get to know, to read the structure of chloroplast and mitochondria. So in my next video I'll be teaching you guys the basic and the very detailed structure of mitochondria and chloroplast, because it will help you in the process of photosynthesis and the respiration. And then after studying the basic structure of mitochondria and chloroplast, then we'll start the photosynthesis.